Alright, liberals, I guess all the freaking out was done in vain because Donald Trump done made this America great again and we can go back to living our peaceful lives with clean air and national parks and just enjoying this beautiful, perfect country of ours. Alright, today, my man, Mitch McConnell, announced that he's on a mission to repeal the death tax. Alright? The death tax. That sounds pretty scary, right? They tax me all the time when I'm alive. They tax me to death. And then after I'm dead, there's the death tax. I get taxed just for dying. Except that's not what it is. Of course Mitch McConnell wants to repeal the death tax. It's going to be great for Mitch McConnell and Donald Trump and everybody in his cabinet. His kids have got to be sitting at home right now just thinking like this, like... And they're like, thank you, red status. Oh, I love the poorly educated. Hey, bada boom. Or however he talks. But, of course he loves the poorly educated. They put him in the office. And everybody is still, they're still making excuses for him. This is really a great win for all you multimillionaire middle class people out there. Now, I'm firmly planted in the middle class, right? But I plan on being super rich one day. So, like all you other people that plan on being super rich one day, if you're not for the death tax repeal, you're basically taking caviar out of your kids' mouths. That's just foolish. New book by Michael Lewis. He's the guy who wrote Moneyball. But in there's a good quote, and he says, people don't choose between things, they choose between the description of things. Which brings me to a point about liberals. Why are liberals always such losers? The reason is because we focus on having the best ideas. We do have best ideas. Republicans, they can have bad ideas, but they learn how to describe them in a way that sounds fanciful, and people just really adapt to them. One of the newest definitions to our lexicon in America is alt-right. Alright, so you hear it and you think alternative to the right. Hey, you know the right's conservative? They're the alternative to them. Maybe they're more centrist. Who knows? The fact is, alt-right used to be just called racist assholes. That definition worked for like 60 years. Alright, I'm giving racism a little. Since I've been alive. Alright? So probably not 60 years, but you get the point. It's been out of fashion for a while. And maybe these guys have been in hiding and it's been really, really tough to pretend like they weren't racist, but now they said they repackage it as alt-right and we're supposed to be cool with it. Everybody and people bought into it. You read in the newspaper, Trump is named chief strategist alt-right. Don't call him alt-right. Call him racist. Call him neo-Nazis. Go with the words that have been used to describe them now. We don't just want to make up words and adapt their words. Republicans passing right to work legislation. You know what? There's no way that would ever get through if you're talking about the actual description of right to work. If you say, hey, do you want us to be able to bust unions? And people are like, nah, we're all set. Even the people that hate unions are like, yeah, you can do that. Well, then the next thing you say is, should the unions be forced to provide services for people who don't pay union dues? And then people are going to back up a little bit and they're going to say, no, I don't think they should be having to do that. So what happens? Right to work legislation forces the unions to provide services to people who aren't paying dues. Then union membership gets down. Then labor has no voice in negotiations. So wages go down. Wages go down here. They go down here. But when you call it right to work, everybody can relate to that. It sounds pretty good. Hey, I've got a right to go to the job, earn for my family, hard working. You know, that's the kind of values that I stand up for. We need to refocus. Win not only the battle of ideas, but we've got to win the messaging. We got to win the battle of marketing. We got to sell these things.